This is my audience of 5. There we go. Here's my speech outline. One of the hardest working men I know is my dad. One thing about my dad is he's always a busy man. He's always finding something to do, whether that's working on cars, fixing around the house, or uploading things on Facebook Market, and spending time with his granddaughters. Today we will be making a toast to the greatest of all time, my dad. No lloras. My dad was born in Mexico City and migrated to the United States in his early 20s. He had my 2 older siblings in the early 90s in California. He chose to move down south for better opportunities, and that's when they chose to have me. Growing up, my dad always found a way to provide for his family. My father has always found a way to make men eat, even during hard times. A time that I will always remember is when my dad was first teaching me how to drive. He was super eager to teach me how to drive, and I remember we had woke up one early weekend. We had went near some abandoned warehouses, and during the first go-around of me driving around, we ended up getting pulled over. And during the time, my dad was able to get us out of the situation pretty quickly. But sooner than not, I ended up crashing the car. And at first he was upset since I had busted out the front tire since I had hit a fire extinguisher. But then he was able to pull over and install a new donut on the car. Then he began to tell me about the time that he had crashed his car into the garage. See, my dad had to teach himself how to drive, which makes me grateful to have him, and makes me grateful to have him to be able to teach me how to drive. A trip I will also always remember is when our family went to Chicago. During our way back, our Tahoe had broke down. My father and brother made the best out of the situation, and my dad was able to get the car fixed. This just goes to show how my dad is Superman. Every time I had some trouble, I've always known who to call. No matter what my dad is doing, he's always coming to my aid. And yesterday we celebrated my dad's 60th birthday, and all he was able to think about is his daughters being able to make it to his party. When she walked into the door, my dad had the biggest smile. See, my dad drops everything for his daughters. Seeing his daughters all present at the party brings joy to him. Not only is my dad a great dad, he's also an amazing husband to my mom. When my dad is around my mom, you can always tell the great admiration that he has for her. There was a time where my mom was severely sick, and my dad stepped up and he was there to cook every meal for her, bathe her, and provide for her financially. Overall, my dad is a very understanding man. No matter what life throws at him, he's always able to make the best out of the situation. Although he can be seen as a mean, intimidating man, he's really a sweetheart. I thank my dad for giving me and my sister the strong work ethic that we have. My parents are the motivation for me to get up and chase my big careers. If it wasn't for my dad's strong lectures, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. I am grateful to have someone like him as my father, and in every lifetime, I would choose to have him as a dad. I enjoy all the small moments and memories I have with my dad. These are memories I will always cherish and pass on to my kids. My dad is a great father, husband, and grandfather, and he will always be continued and respected and loved by his family. Thank you, Dad, for being who you are, and we will always love you.